Hello friends and welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So like you all know that previously on we have covered up the new video of C++ and I hope you enjoyed that video which we have covered up yet. So in that video I have told you about algorithm in C++ and I hope you understand basically what is algorithm, how to use it and what's the purpose to use that. So in this video I will be telling you that how to add two numbers in C++. Like you all know that we have covered up many of the things yet in C++, like we all know what is loop, element and what are arrays, and we have also learned about vector arrays and all the other things. So in this video I will be normally telling you that if you want to add two numbers in C++, so we will be seeing how we can add two numbers, what's the purpose to add, and if I'm adding two numbers, so what output I'm getting and how I'm doing that. I'll be telling you all the things in this video about how to add two numbers in C++. So if you enjoyed this video and if you understand that how we can add two numbers in C++ easily, so remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started. So now here we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you that in this video I'll be telling you that how you can add two numbers in C++, because already we have learned about many things in C++. We have learned that how we can just work with loops, then we have also understand how what are elements in C++. So I hope you understand all that thing. So now we'll be seeing normally if we want to add two numbers, so how we can do that. So here it is written like add two numbers, learn how to add two numbers in C++. This is the example, like if you want to add two numbers you can use this example to do that, and if you want to add two numbers with user input, so you can just use this example here. And now what I'm going to do is I'll be just copying this example here, and by copying this example I will be just pasting this example in my Replit IDE. So when I will be running these all things, I need to check what output I'm getting here. So I'll be moving on to my Word document, moving on to my Replit IDE. Then here I will be removing the title of algorithm in this from here in from my REPL, and I will be just writing, like in this video I'm telling you how to add two numbers, so I'll be writing how to add two numbers in C++ like this. I will be writing, and I'll be taking all the first letter capital so that I can get all the things working perfectly fine, and press enter. You can just see we are getting all the things here, like I have written the REPL name as how to add two numbers in C++, and I'll be pasting all that things. But before that I just need to write starting codes as well. I'm not using any header file here because I'm not using any algorithm, vector, or any list or any other thing which we have learned. So normally I will be writing include iostream here. After that I will be writing here using namespace std, and then simply I'll be creating a init main class in which I will be pasting all the things which we have copied, and the main thing which we have to do here is return the value as 0. Nothing happens if you don't do that, but I'm just writing because it's a procedure of C++ when you are doing it. So now we are getting all these things here. So if I run this thing and if I just show you what output I'm getting here is, so after running you can normally see we are getting the output as 11. And why I'm getting the output as 11? Because I have written first the x variable, or you can say x value as 5, then y value we have written as 6. And when we are writing this init sum equal to x plus y, you can write any of the value here if you want to write, but I am in the case of this I am writing the value as sum because I want sum of 5 and 6. That's why I'm using this sum as a string, and then here I am writing the value as x plus y. In x I have written 5, in y I have written 6, and when I am adding these two values and when I'm printing this sum here, so I'm getting the output as 11 because 5 plus 6 is 11. That's the simple thing. If I move on to my Word document again and if I show you another thing, so it is written like add two numbers with user input. If I'm adding two numbers with user input, so what I'm getting the output here is, we have to check that, but before that I'll be just showing you this paragraph, what it is saying me or what it is written here. So in this example the user must input two numbers, then we print the sum by calculating adding the two numbers. So normally the output you will be getting the same as we are getting here, but difference will be that you will be getting two numbers calculated, means you will be getting two numbers adding by each other, like when you are adding 3 plus 5, so you will be getting the answer as 8. But now here you will be getting the 8 in a different way, like you have to type the number and then you have to type another number, and after that you need to just see what the sum is coming when you are typing two numbers, means that you are adding two numbers with user input, and that's the way to add two numbers with the user input. And normally here what we are doing is we are just normally calculating the number, and then when we are running these things here, so we are simply getting the output as our answer, like 5 plus 6 we are getting in the output. But here you have to do is like when you will be running these all things, so first of all you need to write the number which you want to add. So like I have written 2 here, then it will be saying me that you need to type another number which you want to add with 2, so I'll be adding 5. And when you will be doing that and when you will be pressing enter, so you will be getting then sum is like 2 plus 5 is 7, so that you will be getting sum as 7 printed in the output. And that's the way to add two numbers with user input. So what I'm going to do is now I will be copying this thing, and we need to check if I'm doing like if I'm adding two numbers with user input, so what I'm getting the output here. So I will be moving on to my Google Chrome again, because here I'm using my Replit IDE. I'll be commenting out these things here. Then I will be just moving down and I will be pasting these things. What I'm going to do is now I will be just simply running it to check if I'm running these all things with the user input, so what I'm getting the output here. By running this, you can just see first we are getting the user input which is saying me that type a number. So like I have written the number as 5 here. Then it is again saying me type another number, because one number you cannot add one number with one number, you need to add another number as well. So that's why when we have written 5, it is saying me that you need to add another number which we will be adding with 5, so that we can get the answer in this sum is. So what I'm going to do is I'll be adding like 9 here, and when I will be pressing enter, you will be getting the output sum is. And then if we add 9 plus 5, so it's 10, 11, 12, 13, it's 14. So now you will be getting the answer as 14 printed in sum is. If I run it here, you can just see we are getting sum is 14 printed here in the output. So I hope you understand how we are doing it and how we are getting the output printed here. And we are adding these things with the user input values, and that's the difference between if you are printing all the things normally and if you are printing all the things with user input. So what I'm going to do is I will be now running it normally. So if I run it normally, you can just see we are again getting the output as 11, because 5 plus 6 is 11. You can change the values as well, like if I write 10 here and if I write the value as 50 here, so now the answer you will be getting will be 60 in the output. I will be running it here, and you can just see the answer we are getting in the output as 60. Then same here, you can do also the same thing, like you can change the values here as well, but here you cannot do that in code. You can do that after running that, because you are not getting any number here, so you need to write the number manually by your own self. But if we talk about this thing here, we need to add number in code. That's why we can change the values again and again, and here as well you can do, but after running you can do, like you can change the values here. So I hope you understand that how we are adding two numbers in C++. I'm not telling you like how you can subtract, multiply, divide, because all these methods are same. Like we are adding, you just need to use the sign as subtraction here to subtract any value. Then if I'm dividing any value, so I need to use this slash to divide the value, and if I want to multiply anything, I'll be just using this star, which is mean you are multiplying anything. That's the way to use all these things, and that's the way to get all the things running in the output. So I hope you understand how we are adding two numbers in C++ and how we are getting the output. And there are two ways to add two numbers, or to subtract, multiply, or divide two numbers, and I have shown two ways. First way is normally you can do that, and the second way is you can add the numbers by using user input. And I think the best method to add the number, to subtract, to multiply, and to divide the numbers is to use it with user input, because from user input you can change the values again and again. But if we talk about here in the normal thing, you cannot do, like you cannot change the values. You can do, like you can change the values, but you have to do that in code. But normally if we talk about, like if we are adding the number with user input, here you need to change the values in output, which is really easy to do. So I hope you understand how we are working with these all things and how we are adding two numbers in C++. So if you have understand how we are adding two numbers, and if you enjoyed this video and if you understand these all things here from start, so remember to hit a like to this video. And if you're new on this channel and want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So now I'll be meeting you next tutorial of C++ or in next video with any other language. So for today, goodbye.